Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog stampwithelaine.com. Today I'm using September's host promotion papers called Dashing Along to make this box for the Take Your Pick tool. From the 1st to the 30th of September, you'll receive this exclusive paper in addition to the stamping rewards when you host a Stampin' Up party. In my case, it will be a virtual party online. How does this work, you ask? If you're interested, email me and I will give you all the details. The Take Your Pick tool comes in this box, and in order to access it, you have to slide the casing it sits in, like so. So I wanted an easy way to open and shut the box. You'll find the tool on page 30 in the new Autumn-Winter catalogue. There is also a putty refill, but you won't need it just yet because there's already an extra one in here. If you subscribe to my channel, I will describe the tool and its function in more detail this coming Tuesday in my Top Tip Tuesday weekly slot. For your box base, I've used garden green. This has been cut at 10.5 inches by 8.25 inches. In metric, that's 26.7 by 21 centimeters. With the long side at the top, you score at 1/2 inch, 1.25 inches, 9.25 inches, and 10 inches. In metric, that will be 1.3 centimeters, 3.2, 23.5 and 25.4 centimeters. Rotate your cardstock 90 degrees with the short side on top. You score at 3/4 inches, 3 3/4 inches, 4.5 inches, 7.5 inches. In metric, that will be 1.9 centimeters, 9.5, 11.4 centimeters and 19.1 centimeters. Grab your bone folder and just reinforce all the lines. To reinforce the box, you need 2 pieces cut at 7 7/8 inches by 2 7/8 inches. In metric, that's 20 centimeters by 7.3 centimeters. Front and back of the box sides, you need 2 pieces cut at 7 7/8 inches by 5/8 of an inch. That's 20 centimeters by 1.6 centimeters. For the box sides, you need 2 pieces cut at 2 7/8 inches by 5/8 of an inch. That's 7.3 centimeters by 1.6 centimeters. For the lid of the box, you need 1 piece of DSP cut at 7 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. That's 19.7 by 7 centimeters. For the box front and back sides, you need 2 pieces cut at 7 3/4 by 1/2 inch. That's 19.7 centimeters by 1.3 centimeters. And for the box sides, you need 2 pieces cut at 2 3/4 inches by 1/2 inch. That's 7 centimeters by 1.3 centimeters. For the belly band, you need a piece that's 8.25 by 2 inches. That's 21 centimeters by 5 centimeters. A 6 by 6 inch piece of cherry cobbler, and a scrap of crumb cake and a scrap of whisper white as well. It's Nothing Sweeter bundle on page 25. You can so easily overlook this one. It's not just for Christmas. It has a heart and a gift box which you can use all year round. It's this detail here, the scallop faux stitching and the zigzag faux stitching, which I love. Inks we're using are cherry cobbler and garden green. The corrugated dynamic embossing folder, braided linen trim, page 43, and the frosted clear epoxy droplets on page 37. The 2-inch circle punch and the 3/4 inch circle punch, and the detailed trio punch. The Big Shot and magnetic platform. First I'm going to do a bit of stamping. I've got my ink out and my foam pad underneath. And first I'm going to stamp the gift wrap outline, gift box outline in garden green. And then I'm going to stamp off. I think I might want to put some post-it notes on here so it doesn't extend beyond the box. And I'm just going to use this decorative piece to stamp a pattern. Bring in my magnetic platform, base cutting plate, cardstock. You can see I've had several attempts at trying to get that right. Bring in my die, and I want that to cut that out, but then I want the faux stitching as well, so I'll pop that in at the same time. Then top cutting plate, and I'll go and run that through the Big Shot off camera. While we're using the Big Shot, we might as well make the corrugated belly band. So through trial and error I found that it's better to put a piece of vellum in the embossing folder, because on its own it tends to cut the paper and break it. So take your 6x6 piece and place it in the embossing folder. Then you only need the Big Shot platform and one of the cutting plates, because this dynamic folder is thicker than the standard embossing folder, so it won't go through the Big Shot. You only need the one cutting plate, so I'll do that off camera. 2 strips cut at 1 inch. It probably won't cut all the way through, and you might need to trim it with your scissors. It just gives you a guideline. Just bend it like that, and then you can cut through. Right, now we're all set to cut up our box. So on the short side you want to cut the center panel up to the second score line, and the one on the left you also cut up to the second score line. Okay, opposite end do the same. So the middle, can you see the middle, cut up to the second score line, and the end one, now you've rotated it, this will be the one on your right, opposite that end that you've cut. So you just want to fold that back. Okay, then you only want to cut off the corner here. And then you need to cut these 2 center panels. You need to cut this little bit away as well. Fold that back, just cut that bit off. Fold these 2 back and just cut the middle off. So now you're left with a piece that looks like that. That's your box base. Now you want to cut the lid. So it's this bit here, turn it toward you, and you cut all the way up to the second score line. So your box will look like this now. On these tabs here, you want to cut a wedge. Okay, and on this one as well. So this is your lid, this is your box base. So you want to measure 4 inches between these two this panel here, and just mark the 4-inch mark. Take your 3/4 inch circle punch, center it onto the cardstock, and just punch out a finger hole there. With the detailed trio punch, you need to round off the corners of your lid section, and you also want to round off the tabs of your box. So bend that back and punch out the corners. Your box so that it's the right way up, and you want to put double-sided tape on the tabs here. Set that aside. Now you want to adhere your DSP. So we'll do the box base first. Put fast fuse on this piece here. That's the box base. This is the box top with the rounded corners there. Fast fuse has been retired. I stocked up before they retired it, so I've got loads. And stick that onto the box lid. Now the DSP goes on the box lid, there's none on the bottom. Now we do the box front and back. Grab my 3/4 inch circle punch and punch out this finger hole again. Now in my first prototype, I didn't punch it until I had all the layers together, and the punch just wouldn't go through. So my advice is, as you add the layers on, punch out the finger hole. Now you've adhered all your layers, take off the backing strips from the tabs and assemble the box. So bring that up. Sort of butt it up to the edge like so, and crease it. And you don't want it too tight, otherwise it won't slide on and off. Then you've got an idea where the creases are, and you can reinforce that crease afterwards. Apply apply double-sided tape to the shallower of the tabs. Take that off and glue it down. Now take your tear and tape and wrap it round the middle of the box. Take it up and leave the bottom on, so you can now attach your corrugated bits. Sort of have it overlapping on the bottom, wrap it round, and it's not big enough to go all the way round, so you need to join it. So pop another piece of tape there, take it off and pop this piece on and cut off the excess. A 2-inch circle punch out a circle, some double-sided tape on your circle. Take that off, grab your trim, just weave it back and forth. Snip it off and then you can fray the edges. Grab some dimensionals and you can pop it on the back. Remove the backing strip. Grab a epoxy droplet and pop that on. More tear and tape on the back. And pop it on the box. And you're done. So that's how you make the pretty box for the Take Your Pick tool. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Do give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share on Facebook, and my grateful thanks if you do. If you're watching from YouTube, you'll find the list of supplies I use below this video in the Show More section, with direct links to my online store. They'll also be listed on my blog at blog.stampwithelaine.com. You can find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye!